And now, like a gag me with a spoon, it's snack time.
It is 3:15, and I think we all know what time it is. You can't look at me and pretend like you don't know it's time for Snackboy. Snackboy, not from Laurel, Maryland. No, not Laurel, Maryland, USA. I think we all know what time it truly is. It is time for Snackboy from Hollywood. Well, don't tell anybody, but technically this Snackboy is not really from Hollywood. Shh. This Snackboy is from Pasadena, and that is God's country. Pasadena, USA. Is it better than Laurel, Snackboy? I don't know. I've only been here about a week now, but I can tell you one thing. It is God's country, and I have done something wrong. I have checked in for a few months now to this Astro Hotel. It's called the Astro Motel Motorcade. And what I did was this. I was driving by the Astro in beautiful Pasadena, and I saw the sign. It said, it's an Astro Motel, $106 a week. That is so cheap. People, you can't blame me. You have to understand how cheap that is. That is such inexpensive rent. Even Janet and Jack Tripper and Chrissy Snow and Carrie Auden didn't have to pay Mr. Roper quite that much rent. So I checked in and I said to the beautiful couple, the Wong couple who runs the place, the Wongs, I said, I am here for a while. My name is Terry and I really like your place. Sure. Look at this furniture. It's 70s-esque. It is 70s decor, but that is character. And it's so much character, it's like going to a thrift store. Well, there was only one problem with the room. The Wongs gave me the key and I checked in and I loved my room. But something was wrong. Something was just not right. And that something was the lampshade. But Snackboy, what's the big frickin' deal? It's a lampshade. Not a big deal. No, it is the ugliest lampshade I'd ever laid my eyes on, people. It was so ugly that even the neediest orphanage thrift store would never think about stocking it. It was orange and brown and mutated colors and rusty. And the style was so out of date that even the most anal 70s, early 70s enthusiasts would have said, no way, that is where I draw the line. That is where fashion ends and ugliness begins. And this lampshade was haunting me, and it was right by the bed, right on a nightstand, looking at the lamp right now. And I said to myself, Terry, you cannot live with that lamp in your room. Not with that lampshade anyway. The lamp is ugly, but the shade, indescribable. A bastard lampshade. A bastard, ugly lampshade that I could not live with. It was like the Telltale Heart. I tried to go to sleep that night. I watched Jerry Springer. I watched all the good talk shows. And it seemed to call to me from my dreams, that ugly lampshade right by my bed. Boom, 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 boom. And I just couldn't sleep. I woke up and I stared at it, and it was so ugly. It was so ugly. I mean, I couldn't even describe to you how ugly it was, and I knew I had to do something. So that night, I got up and I threw on an old T-shirt, and I threw on my jeans, and I threw on my tennis shoes, and I remembered, Target is open. That's right, down here in Pasadena, God's country, Target was open to late hours, and thank you, God, for Target. I thanked God for Target. I thanked my lucky stars for that magical wonderland known as Target. And I knew that I had to go and replace that lampshade. Oh, yes. I had to go replace that lampshade. But the Wongs, what about the Wongs? Morally, I knew, was it wrong to go and replace a lampshade that they owned when I wasn't even owning this place? I was renting it and renting it for furniture. This place is a motorcade. I couldn't help it, and I couldn't live with that lampshade, no. So I got in my car, and I drove to Target, and I bought this beautiful, pristine, still in its plastic wrapper, lampshade, people. It was so wonderful, and I just knew that this lampshade would make all the difference in the world. It would right the wrongs. It would take the demons out of the room and replace it with pure sunshine. So I drove it back, and I kept it in the bag, and I tippy-toed through the parking lot, and I snuck it in, and I threw away the old lampshade, and I put on the new, and the room looked so good, so much better. And I went to bed, and I slept I slept like an angel. I slept the sleep of the righteous, the sleep of someone who had made a difference in this world, who had purified and made beauty where there was once ugliness. I slept like a king, like a king, like a baby, until the maid, people, that's right, the frickin' maid told on me. She busted me. You can't trust a maid in Pasadena. You can trust a maid in Laurel. You can trust a maid in New York, maybe in L.A. down the road, but not Pasadena. No, in Pasadena, when the maids are concerned, you're on your own. So the next day I went out and I had an audition, and I'll tell you about the audition in another snack. But when I came back to the room, there was Mrs. Wong, and as the moon was ascending on the darkening night, Mrs. Wong had her words, "I thought you were nice. I thought you were nice tenants. You paid the rent early. Me and Mr. Wong said, that boy from Laurel, so friendly, so good. We thought you were a nice guy. But no, you throw away our lampshade, and we find it in the dumpster. We find it in the dumpster, and look what you do. You buy new pristine lampshade. My mother gave me this lampshade. How dare you, you bad tenant. But we not kick you out, no. We let you stay here, and we let you think about what you've done. We let you, every time you see Mr. Wong, every time you see Mrs. Wong, and every time you see your new lampshade, you think about what you did. You judgmental bad boy. Our lampshade not good enough for you. Fine, you stay. You stay at Astro Hotel, and you think hard and long on what you did.
Cut.
You bad disappointment of a snack.